Change, 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 change of food.
The beautiful Aretha Franklin, folks, and her gorgeous voice inspired millions of people. She's passed away today, and we honor her with this show. She passed away of pancreatic cancer, it turned out, and that's a deadly illness that a lot of people are just suffering from right now. And I want everybody to know right now that we really are serious. We are dead serious about challenging groupthink. We are not going to live in fear. We're not going to live in this kind of bystander effect where we all sit and say, well, I hope someone else figures it out one day. No, no, no. Ladies and gentlemen, on a neighbor's choice, we will get things done. And that's what we're doing right now with Dr. Thomas Seyfried, who is from Boston College, and he is a hero of mine because he is challenging the outdated, toxic paradigm that is really not the effective way to deal with cancer. And you're getting significant results. And I guarantee you, Dr. Seyfried, I'm going to do what I can to personally do the things necessary to get your information to the people. I understand that you are relying on private donations, right? Because there's no government support for this when it's actually working, right?
Well, there's a lot of NIH money in cancer, of course, and you get large amounts of money to study cancer, but it's very hard to get money if you want to actually resolve the disease. I think people think it's not resolvable, and that's a fallacy. And another tragedy, of course, is why should we have to go to Turkey and Egypt to find therapies that actually can keep people alive much longer with a higher quality of life? Why can't we do it in the United States? So, why can't we treat cancer as a metabolic disease in the United States? And also in some of the other Western, like England, they can't do it there either. You have to do standard of care. And standard of care is surgery, radiation, and chemo, and maybe you're going to use this new immunotherapy, which I call as a Rube Goldberg, which is a very complicated way of doing something very simple. It's extremely expensive that can actually kill patients. There's no reason why anyone should be treated with any kind of a therapy, but it puts them at risk for death. And this is the absurdity that we're up against. When people go in for cancer treatment, surgery, they do surgery, they do chemo and radiation. This can put, we don't know how many people are actually dying from these horrific toxic treatments than from the disease itself. And this is one of the great problems that we have that very few people discuss. All we know is the facts. 1,600 people a day in the United States are dying from cancer.
And they don't need to be. That's the thing. They don't need to be.
Over 8,000 a day are dying. It's a worldwide epidemic, and it's being treated under a therapy that's been shown to be flawed. So you tell me what's going on with this.
Well, we're going to get to the bottom of this. I want to keep investigating this. I want to find out why the government, the land of the free and the home of the brave, in Declaration of Independence, it says that the government was there to secure our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And in a country that was built on that idea, there is no reason why we should tolerate a government that cannot get their act together and let people try alternative therapies like what you're doing. And I say no more. It's time to solve this problem and see it in the rear view mirror of history. It's outdated. We don't need to stick to these outdated toxic therapies for cancer. There are real solutions. You're getting them. You're actually going off to, Budapest tomorrow?
Yeah, we have to go to different countries to prove the concepts. In other words, I'm shocked because they contacted me based on my book and my theories, and they said we're treating patients with tremendous success. Stage 4 pancreas, stage 4 breast, stage 4 colon, stage 4 uterine, and they're getting very, very good results. I'm not saying they cure everybody. Don't get me. I'm not saying we cure. I'm saying that the results that we're getting using metabolic therapy are superior to the results that we're getting using toxic chemo and all this other stuff. And the latest boondoggle in this whole thing is this immunotherapy. But you see it on TV at night, and you heard it on NPR today when these people are saying, oh, cancer cells are smart. They're not smart. Cancer cells are stupid. The people who are treating them are also stupid. And if you don't understand the biology of the disease, you end up with a catastrophe that we call cancer that's slaughtering all these people. That's the great tragedy.
Well, together we're going to beat cancer. Dr. Seyfried, thank you so much for what you're doing. Dr. Yu, any last comments or thoughts?
Sure. I just wanted to thank you. One thing is, seems by listening to you, so make me think about the difference between the two health cell and the normal cell versus a cancer cell. Seems like the damaged, there's a defective cell, normal cell, defective cell. They changed the metabolic process because they lost the interaction with the oxygen. So it go back to the ancient way for fermentation. Once the metabolic process changing, what happens?
Yes.
Behavior changing. So that's why it behave differently than normal cell that become cancer. That's a great explanation.
Yes, and then we use ketones to keep all the normal healthy cells healthy while we take away glucose and glutamine. It's very simple. It's not a complicated problem.
Well, let me tell you, Dr. Yu's theory of physics is really aligning very, very closely with exactly what you're finding in the lab with cancer research. So we are with you 100%. We're going to do what we can to get the word out so that people can have real solutions in lovely, beautiful lives the way God intended us to have. Thank you, Dr. Seyfried, and thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of A Neighbor's Choice, and I've had a wonderful time learning from this hero, Dr. Seyfried. He's on the front lines of battling cancer, and I think we can see a time in my lifetime and Dr. Yu's lifetime where we can beat cancer as a civilization, folks. We're going to beat it. We're going to send it to the ash heap of history, just like scurvy. And one more thing before I leave. I want to dedicate the final segments of this show, we only have a few minutes, to a friend of mine named Monica Paulus. She's a lady in Papua New Guinea. And she was falsely accused. She's a friend that I've been able to get to meet on Facebook. She's a friend, and I count her friendship dearly because what she did in Papua New Guinea, she was falsely accused of being a witch by the tribes that live in Papua New Guinea, and she overcame it. Over in Papua New Guinea, they are locked into groupthink. They still believe that witchcraft is what really dominates the environment there, and so they burn witches for no reason other than groupthink. Well, folks, Monica Paulus, she was almost murdered by a group of people trying to accuse her falsely of witchcraft, and she survived. And you know what she's doing? She's had opportunities to go to other countries where it's safer, where she could live in a country where they're not trying to accuse her and burn her alive for lies. And you know what she didn't do? She didn't leave. She is still in Papua New Guinea right now, fighting for other women who are falsely accused of witchcraft. And we are going to put her on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many things we can do to change the world if we just let go of groupthink and love our neighbor as ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Gornoski with my friend Dr. Yu. You've been listening to A Neighbor's Choice Radio. We'll see you next week on News Radio WFLA.